So you want to know how to make 500k every 10 minutes. So we're talking millions of rubles every hour. You want to go on the weekends with your boys. You want to spend millions of rubles going into raid as a chads, like not worrying about losing gear, losing money, because that's the best way to play. It's most fun. You just want to run around with meta weapons, like not worrying. It doesn't matter if you die because you can just go do a money run for an hour and have another 4 mil. So we're going to be playing Lighthouse today. Lighthouse is easily the best for money, in my opinion. So we're going to load into Lighthouse. We're going to do the money run. I'm going to show you the route. I'm going to bring up something on screen where, depending on the spawn that you get, I'm going to show you on screen which route you're going to take to get to the path to Shoreline Extract, and with 500k plus rubles in your backpack and your rig. So the gear that you want to use for the money run depends on, like, if you've got gear in your stash, then use the gear in your stash. Like I've got this vector here that I've got when I've killed somebody. So I'm just going to use that. I've just bought the TV rig and the mechanism. I use the mechanism because it's really lightweight, so you can carry more loot and not be as overweight. Also, but I think the best way to do this is with a pistol, because even if you do die doing the money run, then it doesn't really matter. Do you know what I mean? You're not spending too much money. Let me think if there's anything else. These are the keys, ideally that you want. Some of these keys are for over on the Lighthouse Island, which we won't be going to in this money run because you can make loads of money going over there, but it takes too long. You could literally do 2 of these money runs that I'm going to show you, and like in the same amount of time as 1 money run going over to the island. So let's see how this goes then. Well, let's just do this. I'm just gonna going to load into an online lighthouse now, and make some money, man. Ideally, you want to go onto the Times, which has the least amount of people here, because it normally means that there's going to be less people about, and like on these money runs, you're not wanting to run into people. You're not going in for PvP. You're not going in to kill bosses. You're not going in to kill rogues. You're going in to speed run through the map, take all the loot, and leave as fast as possible. And if you're wanting to make 4 or 5 million rubles an hour, right, what you're going to need to do is go into the map, loot the map, leave the map, like ditch all your loot into your stash, rerun, like make sure you eat and drink, and then rerun the map straight away. Do this about 5, 6, 7 times in a row. Get yourself a drink, and then there, sell all your stuff, and you're rich, man. You're rich. You can go on the weekend with your boys, with your mates, with your girlfriend, anything. Like, into Tarkov, running around like a chad. Don't matter if you die because you've got millions of rubles. You can spend an hour making money. Let's do this, man. Let's do this. I'm going to show now, whilst I'm loading into raid, I'm going to show on screen the map of Lighthouse, and I'm going to draw lines from, depending on which spawn you get, to which route you need to take. Okay? Let's do this, man. I'm not going to use any stims. I'm not going to pop any stims, just because you don't need to pop stims. Alright, this is a really good spawn for the money run. Alright, so if you spawn here in this little village, you want to go down to the bottom of the village, and loot the big house at the bottom of the village first, and then work your way back up to the path to Shoreline. This is one of the best spawns that you can get. So on this money run, like depending on the spawn, like you can spawn down there on the coast, you want to run up and you loot in this little town here. This little town is rarely contested and has so much loot in it. It's ridiculous. Sugar there. Alright, so this is the house that you want to start with. I'm going to show you every single loot spot in in the building. So run in straight into the bottom left. On the floor here, there's loot. In this box here, graphics cards and VPXs and stuff. So you want to check on here. Down there, a bit of food. You can get condensed milk on here. You come into here, condensed milk on here, food. There's spawns on the floor here, and down there, there's a bag here. I just like to pick up a drink if I find one, just so I can keep it up. Alright, there's another bag in here. Right, so on this bed, condensed milk, sugar. Alright, upstairs to the right, and more condensed milk on here. There's a golden loot spawn there, like roosters and stuff. Milk, stuff can spawn on there. Electrical spawns there. A bag here and a coat here. You want to be rushing through this as fast as possible. So there's a golden loot spawn there, bitcoins and stuff, and another one there, bitcoins, rollers, you know, all the nice, good stuff. Beard oil, that's decent. You want to run through, loot both, loot every jacket that you ever see, because the more jackets you loot, the more good keys that you find. Right, on this table, intel, intel spawns on the edge here. You can get golden chains and stuff like that. Over here by this med bag. Loot the med bag. There's also med spawns on the bed, and then there's a little toolbox here. I look at this already. We've been looting for like 1 minute, and we've made some good money. Also, take note to what items I'm picking up and what items I'm not picking up, because I know you can like pick up everything and then drop and sort your inventory, but it wastes time. You don't need to waste time on this money run. You'll always end up with a full or nearly very full inventory. Alright, so you loot that little toolbox in there. Come over here, loot this one. Kai, Helix, take them. Loot spawn there, loot spawn on the chair, loot spawn on the table, on these back shelves, loot spawn here on the floor, and loot spawn on this box here, and then jacket. Alright, so we're done here. Loot can spawn on the floor around this toilet. Sugar, you can get good stuff there. It's not the most often spawn, but yeah. When you run up here, loot spawns underneath these boxes on the floor. You can't see it. But yeah, it does spawn there. Always take chlorine, ES lamps, then toolbox here. Magnet, decent. Another toolbox here. Duct tape, not too bad. Alright, so you want to run out. Make sure you're looking up on this mountain just in case there's somebody coming from up at the chalets. Right, quickly loot this little lodge here. This little lodge is literally never looted. Right, so loot spawns on there, loot spawns on here. There's a lighter there, look. In this next room, loot can spawn on the floor. There's no loot on the floor this time, and loot on the table as well. Also, loot can spawn in this little cooking tray here. And you run over to the back here, just listening out for people up there. When people are up there, you can hear them. I don't know why, but you can. So there's a toolbox there, and you run into this building here. Fast. Jacket, loot every jacket like I said before. Never know, look at that, decent key. Right, loot spawns on this table here. Another big toolbox here. Technical supply crate even. Nuts, ES lamp, water filter, decent. Come up here, quick bag here. So I wanna take that cat, take all this back. So yeah, always taking note of if there's people coming from up there. There is a toolbox on the floor there. We'll just loot that now quickly. Loot spawns around the toolbox on the floor and in the toolbox. It's a rubbish toolbox, but we may as well take it just for the sake of it at the moment. So a bit fastest way, run up this rock here, jump over the back. There is a loot spawn on the floor there, and there's a toolbox here. screwdriver. Yeah, we don't take them. Right, so you can get vodkas and stuff like that on the table there. You come into this building's awesome. GPUs can spawn on the floor in these boxes here. The golden chains can spawn on this. Golden chains can spawn on here as well. I have also heard of an intel spawn on here, but I've never seen it through thousands of raids. So. Right, up here, very good loot spawns. So there's technical loot spawn on that box, all over this table, under the table, even on the floor here. I think I've seen something on the floor there as well. Good loot can spawn on that bed, and golden chains can spawn around here. Alright, jump up, over, back down, very fast. In and out of these raids, fast. Come into this little garage, there's a jacket. Ideally, you want to be swapping out good loot for that, like, you know, swapping it out just in case you die. Swapping out of your gammering container or your secure container. Loot always pick up pliers. Everybody leaves pliers. Don't leave pliers. They quick sell for like 15k, man. Right, moonshine's gonna spawn on that bench there where that bottle is. And you run over to the last building over here. This is a really good building as well that nobody loots. Right, so on this table, there's loot all over this table. A water filter's gonna spawn there, and there's a toolbox there. Nice. Another technical supply crate, I think. Oh no, it's toolbox. Alright, so we take them Zenos, bolts, P-gauge, obviously. Loot can spawn up here, few dollars. May as well dash that into the docks case. Thermite in this shed here on the floor. Loot spawns on that floor, all over this table here. On this table here. On this stool. On this box. In that basket. Jump up here in that box. On this box here. And in this jacket here. So look at that, I'm already full. I'm already full. We've literally been in the raids about 6 minutes something. Alright, so into this house. Bag. Plexiglass, condensed milk, metal parts. We don't need that. Open this door. So the golden loot spawns in this room, loads of them, all over, on the bed, on there. I've seen an intel in that little compartment there. Golden loot there, golden loot under that bit of paper on the floor there. You come into here, there's loot that spawns in there, there's a jacket, and then there's loot that spawns down there on the floor. I'm going to drop that because I've got some in my stash already. So loot down here. I've seen a moonshine on this table as well. And that is the loot run. So you check that you've been in the raid long enough. You need to be in a raid about 7 minutes without getting any XP from killing stuff to be able to leave the raid and it count. So I've been in the raid now about 8 or 9 minutes, I think. So just run over here to pop the shoreline and extract. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sell all this shit. I'm going to fast forward myself selling all this stuff, and I'm going to show you how much money I made, and we'll see how long the raid took now. So survived. The raid took 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So you go into the raid. So the time it takes to load into the raid and do the raid is about 13 minutes. So you're making all this money in literally 13 minutes. I didn't see any scavs, any players, anything, and it's an online raid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell all this stuff now. I'm going to record myself selling it. I'm going to speed it up, and then I'm going to show you how much money we have when I've sold it all. Alright, so let's have a look. Alright, so this hasn't sold, but that's 15k. So literally 9 minutes and 30 in a raid, and we made 783,000 at plus that 15k, 800k pretty much Like literally 800k in 9 minutes and 30 seconds of a raid, mate. So like obviously I wasted time there coming out and selling everything straight away. So if you're literally wanting to make millions and millions every hour and just sit there with 100 million in your stash, do this money run over and over and over again, right? Until you like fill your inventory until your inventory's full of gear, and then sell it all. And you'll probably, I would have probably, if I was to fill my inventory here with all the, like doing this money run for one day, I'd probably go from 12 mil in one day to like 30 mil. Like it's no joke. This money run is so overpowered. It's so good, and I wanted to share it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the money run. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed my first ever video, and I hope you go and get rich in Tarkov, man. Let's get it. Let's get it, man.